So if you want to learn how to play guitar, you're also going to need to know how to tune your guitar. But it's pretty simple, easy to learn. All you need is your guitar and a tuner. You can use a clip-on tuner like one of these guys. There are some clip-on tuners that look more like this guy. You can use one of these types of tuners that sits on your music stand, and there's a microphone to pick up the noise. You can use guitar tuner apps for your phone. There are tons of free ones. Some of them even work. Just read the reviews before you install a guitar tuner app. If they say they don't work or it just looks suspicious, find another one. There's tons of them. But all your tuners are going to work basically the same way. So I'm going to show you how to tune your guitar with this tuner right here. But before we get started, small warning, be careful when you're tuning your guitar. If you start turning these pegs all willy-nilly and turn one of these pegs too quickly, or maybe you're not paying attention and you just over tighten one of these strings, it's going to break. Now if you're lucky, it'll just break and kind of snap out and fling in the air and not hit anything, and you just need to get a new string for your guitar. It happens sometimes. But if you're unlucky, string can break, snap out, hit you, and leave you with a nasty little cut. That has happened to me before. I was not paying attention, I was over tightening one of the strings, and even worse, I had my face way down here, down in front of the guitar, exactly where my face should not be when I'm tuning. So I wasn't paying attention, over tightened a string snapped, hit me in the face, left me with a nice little cut underneath my eye. Now I could have been really unlucky and it could have hit me in the eye, and then really bad things would happen because these are just metal wires, and when they break, they're really sharp on the end. So you just got to be careful with the ends of guitar strings, especially when they break. All right, let's start tuning. So you need your guitar, you need your tuner, you do need one more thing. I lied. You need one other thing. You need to have the notes of your open strings memorized. You need to know E, A, D, G, B, E. Those are the notes of your open strings in what we call standard tuning. E, A, D, G, B, E. Now if you don't have these memorized, that's fine. Look them up every time you tune, because you should be tuning your guitar every time you pick it up to play. So as long as you're practicing and tuning, you should eventually have those notes memorized. And you'll start to get used to how they sound also. So actual how to tune your guitar. So you need to grab your guitar, you need to get your tuner. If it's a clip-on tuner, clip it on. Make sure it is turned on. This one is turned on. And to actually use your tuner, first you need to mute all the strings. If I have a bunch of strings playing at once, the tuner doesn't know what's going on. So make sure all of my strings are muted, and then I'm going to play just one string. And I want to play it loud enough that the tuner can hear it, but not overly loud and that it's kind of obnoxious. Just loud enough so that the tuner can hear it, and the tuner is going to tell me what letter note I'm playing, and whether it's in tune in the middle, whether it's too high, or whether it's too low. So this note right here is right perfectly in the middle. I don't have to change a thing. But if it was wrong, here's how I would change it. So first thing I would do, this is the string I'm trying to tune, so I'm going to follow this with my finger. And this is just to make sure I don't turn the wrong peg. It's to make sure I get to the correct peg. So I'm going to trace this over top of the nut, keep following it. There I am on the post. This is the post the string goes to. This is the peg that connects to that string. So this is the peg I want to turn. And so I'm going to play it. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. I need to have one hand on the tuning peg and one hand down here strumming my strings. And so I'm going to strum that note, and I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to listen. I want to hear that note change. And you can see the tuner changing also. So that means I'm turning the right peg. And now, so we hear the note keep getting lower and lower and lower. And in fact, the tuner now says I'm on a D. It's a perfectly in tune D. You can see it's right in the middle, but it's a D. It's not even the right letter. This is supposed to be my E string. My tuner says it's a D. So I'm going to follow this string. I'm going to trace it up with my finger. It connects to this post, this peg. All right. And I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to listen. Because I'm too low, I want the note to go higher. So I'm going to listen. Do you hear the note going higher? Yep, so I'm going to keep going higher. We're on a D sharp, but we need to get to an E. There we go, we're on an E, but our E is still too low. You see it's on this side, it's not in the middle, it's too low. So I'm going to keep turning up, and oh, I actually went too far. See, now it shows me that it's too far, it's to the right. My E is too high, I want it in the middle. So I'm going to trace this string with my finger, make sure I'm on the right tuning peg, and I'm going to listen. I'm trying to get this note lower so it comes back to the middle. I'm going to listen. Do you hear the note going lower? No, because I'm turning the wrong way. It's getting higher. In fact, do you see it changed letters? It went to F. I'm a whole letter too high. This is where it starts to get dangerous. This is where I might break a string. So I'm going to turn this back. I'm going to turn the other direction. Now it's getting lower. And there we go, right back in the middle. Easy enough? All right, so now that we've tuned this guitar, it was already in tune. This guitar is very much out of tune. So we're going to use this as kind of a test to make sure you understand how to tune. So let's... Way out of tune. It sounds beautiful. So first string. Well, I usually go from low to high, so my first string is actually my 6th string. So 6th string, my low E string. So when I'm doing this, first thing I should ask is my tuner saying the right letter? And then, am I too high or am I too low? So this is my low E string. My tuner says E. That is correct, but it is too high. So I'm going to trace this string with my finger. This string goes to this post, which goes to this peg. And I'm going to turn this peg, and I want it to go lower. Oh, and I hear it's going higher, so I need to turn I've turned it the wrong way. I need to go the other direction. Now it's getting lower. And there we go, nice in the middle. Well, it got 1 off, but you know what? This is for practice. So if we're 1 or 2 off from the middle, it's good. It's close enough. I don't care. It's good enough. All right, next string. Now I'm on my 5th string. Does the tuner say the right letter? And am I too high or too low? This should be an A. My 5th string A. So that is right, but it's too low. It's way too low. So I'm going to trace this string with my finger, trace the string up. This string goes to this post, which goes to this peg. I'm going to turn it. I'm going to try and get it to go up. Oh, I can hear it going up. I can also see it going up on the tuner. And there we are, perfect in the middle. All right, next string. We're on our 4th string. Mute everything. Play just my 4th string. Are we too high or too low? We're actually too high. The tuner says we're too low, but it doesn't even say the right letter. This says we're on a D sharp. This string should be just a normal D, so we're too high. So I'm going to trace this string with my finger. It goes up here, it goes to this post, it goes to this peg, and I'm going to turn this. I want it to go lower. Oh, I can hear it getting lower. I can see it getting lower because now we're on a D, and I need, there we go, right in the middle. Awesome. Okay, next string. I'm on my 3rd string. It says G, it's the right letter, but we're too low. So I'm going to trace this string with my finger. It goes up, it goes over, it goes to this peg. So this is the one I got to grab. And I'm going to turn it. I'm going to try and make it go up. Oh, do you hear it going down? That's the wrong way. So I got to turn this peg the other direction. And do you notice how I'm turning it really nice and slowly? There we go. Now we're in the middle. We're on a G and we're in the middle. Okay, next string, B. So it says the right letter. It is supposed to be a B, but it's too high. So I'm going to trace this string with my finger, follow it up here, make sure I'm on the right post, make sure I'm on the right peg, and I'm going to listen because I want it to get lower. It's too high. I want the string to get lower. Oh, there we go. In fact, I went too far. Now it's too low. So now I need to go the other direction to fix it, to correct my mistake. And there we go. Now we're good. Now it's perfect. No one will ever know I messed up. Okay, last string, which is our 1st string. It says we're too high, but it's not even the right letter. This is supposed to be an E. Our tuner says it's a D sharp. Oh. So we're too low. We're a letter too low. We're on D sharp. We need to get up to E. So I'm going to trace this with my finger. It goes to this post. It goes to this peg. I'm going to turn it. I'm going to listen. I want it to go up. Oh, it's going up. I can hear it. And there we go. Oh, almost in the middle. Gotta keep going a tiny bit more. There we go. Nice in the middle. All right. And now we have a nice. Oh, whoa. Let's double check. It's always a good idea to double check all of your strings after you've tuned. And notice how I'm muting the strings with my other. Oh, that string. It's a little bit off, but I'm going to leave it. It's for practice. Who cares? It's only a little bit. But everything else, now we have our guitar, and it's in tune, and it sounds good.